Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you guys had a good time. It's kind of crazy that we're almost done with this entire harbor, like this entire area, and it's been such a cool journey, and it's really taken me down a path of learning how to actually build. Like when I started this, bro, I did not know how to build at all, but now like I've learned so much, and that's why I'm sad to say it, but this is gonna be the last video in this harbor, and we're going to be moving to new areas and building new things, which I'm really excited about. And they're going to be a lot more fleshed out and planned out than this. But before I can actually call this place complete, we need to finish up everything. There's just some small problems and things I haven't finished building that we just need to make sure we complete before we're able to move on. And the main thing we need to finish is this area over here. It doesn't really make any sense because why would a waterfall just come down and go into nothing? So I'm thinking of doing a waterfall cascade, and I want this to be really rocky and jagged, so it'll come down here and it'll be being like split by a rock down the middle, and it'll kind of go on either side and empty into the ocean. I originally wanted to put a marsh over here, and then I realized like that would be the last thing you would want to put near a waterfall because it wouldn't make any sense at all. But I do want to come over here and fix like the walls around this building because it doesn't make any sense at all right now. I'm probably going to use a lot of like white candles and tons of glass because I don't really want it to even look like actual water. I want it to just be basically all river rapids or white caps just pummeling down the stream. First I have to get some materials and pick out what we're going to use to work on this. Bro, I forgot how bad the situation was over here. We got so many shulkers from last video. Probably use smooth basalt as like the darkest color. And then I'm basically just looking for anything that is dark gray. Pale oak wood is always a good segue, but basically all of that. Anything that's dark gray. Man, dude, this situation is so bad for my storage. I'm gonna definitely need to work on something like actually permanent to figure this out. But I think this should pretty much do it for the dark rock parts, so yeah, I'm gonna get into it. So we have finished the waterfall cascade over here, and I'm really loving the way it looks. Like, I really like the way that I made the jagged rocks, and it kind of doesn't really match the area around it, but I mean that's okay. We had to get something to fill it, and I still think it looks really cool with all these spiked out rocks going everywhere. And if we fly in here, you can see that the waterfall kind of splits down here a little bit in the middle. And I wasn't even planning on this, but I added this rock that's sticking out over here, and it kind of is part of the split in the water streams. Over here I put like soil and brown blocks because I wanted this to kind of seem like it's a little bit muddy. And then we just got some rock formations over here. I used walls, and overall I really didn't spend like that much time designing this area. But I'm still kind of proud of it either way. I mean, we needed something to connect this area up, and I think I did a pretty good job at that. I just needed to fill in a lot of the area that we had over here, and yeah, like here I put in mud and kind of wanted it to spread out from, I don't even know what this is, but some sort of pipe. And this leads me to our next thing we're going to work on, which is basically lowering this entire ocean area and kind of trying to fix up a lot of the things around this bay to make it seem less shallow and not actually like a real bay. Like right now it just doesn't seem like a realistic harbor or area at all. Like it really feels Minecrafty right now, which I guess you could say I'm playing Minecraft, but it doesn't really feel like it would make sense. And on top of that, we have to work on the stilts over there underneath the port, and basically just all the retaining walls and everything around the water, because I low-key like just haven't put any time or work into that at all. So yeah, we're gonna just get into this and basically just dig out a lot of this water down here and fix up a lot of the things around the shore. I mean, already this looks 10 times better than it did before I even dug this stuff out. I think the best thing that I did was pulling out the sand and basically changing the floor to be gravel and dirt only, because now at least it looks a little bit deeper. I mean, I probably could have actually dug it down even lower than this, but I think this gets the job done. It's just at least looking like boats would actually go in here. I also worked in this retaining wall over here and the stilts underneath the port. If I walk down here, I'll show you. I just put in a lot of extra beams underneath here and connected them up a bit, because before it was just basically floating, so it didn't make a lot of sense. And I also just went around the whole thing basically and fixed up the walls a bit, because they were looking really weird. And I really just took time to add some extra details, like these birds flying by the mountains, and I also fixed up like the retaining wall around the bay. But I think it's finally time to actually put boats into our harbor, and I am really excited for this because I have like zero experience with boats, and I'm gonna put a few sailboats in, a couple of fishing boats, and just bring in a dock and a little pier for the boats. And I've wanted to do this for so long, I just haven't really known how to. So I'm thinking we're just gonna bring a little dock down here, and we'll have a few sailboats and fishing boats right here. I've wanted to do this in this area for so long, I just never really knew how, and I'm excited to start working on it. And with that, we have finished the boats and the dock down here in our harbor. And I'm so happy about this because I really had been wanting boats for the longest time. And it's perfect that we finished this whole area off with them. If we come down here to the dock, you can see that we have a few boats. But what I really want to focus on is like the way that these rigging look like of the sailboats is so cool because it's just like towers above everything, and the chains make it look, I mean, it kind of looks silly that they're floating, but it really does look cool. And if we come around here, I used buoys and I put little pots inside of the bigger pots, and they act as like little buoys that prevent the boats from running into the dock. And then over here I have the dock pilings, which help the dock stay up with the tide and float up and down, which is really cool. If we come over to the first sailboat, I actually didn't really make a good way to get in, but this one is a little bit of a nicer, like I'd say more of a sporty sailboat. And then I have these little seats over here. They're nothing special, just little orange benches to sit on. And then the room we have in here is super tiny, but it's basically just a bed and some shelves and candles for lighting. But I mean, there's nothing really else I could fit in here. And I mean, I guess there's not much else you need besides some shelves and a place to sleep. But I used slabs and then upside down stairs for the shelves, which I thought was pretty cool because they actually kind of give the illusion of like you could put something on here. And then for the boom, there's nothing really special. I just used some deep slate and tough. It's more of a darker one, and then the rigging just goes all the way up to the top of the mast, and it's really cool. But I think I have an even better sailboat, which is the one over here. It's just a bigger sailboat in general, and it's less sporty. And over here I have the sail all rolled up. It's just snow layers, but the effect it gives is pretty cool. And you can see we got the mast all the way up there and the rigging. And honestly, I really like this sailboat. I think I like it more than the first one. And it was the second one I did, so I was able to learn from my mistakes in the first one. But if we come in here, I have buoys on the back. It just added those. But my favorite thing about this whole sailboat is this little fishing rod right here. I just put a little lightning rod with iron bars on top. But for some reason, I just like it a lot. Like, it actually does look like a fishing rod. And I just imagine, like, just fishing off the side of the sailboat. But if we come over here, I know that a lot of sailboats do actually have a seated driver with a wheel. So that was kind of my take on this. I used a little piston and a fence, kind of like a wheel for the sailboat. I don't really know how it actually works, but this is just my take on that. And this one's a little bit more spacious than the first one too. We have storage here on the left. We just have barrels and campfires that have been put out, but it's kind of like little shelves. And over here is a little desk with candles just for lighting because it gets dark in here. And over here, I thought it would be really cool for a cartography table because it has the map and the compass, and I mean, that's kind of half of what you're doing on a sailboat. You have to figure out where you have to go. So I thought that matched what was going on here. And then we got our bed over here. Just a normal bed. I don't know why, but I really like the orange and the white for the beds of the sailboat. Like, I don't know. It's just, I thought it looked kind of cool. And we got the pillow over there. And then in here is the toilet. Nothing really fancy. It's just a cauldron and a door. And this is the awesome fishing boat that we have here. This was not designed by me. This was actually by Chili. And the next boat I'm going to get to is also by him. But, like, this is so cool. This is way better than any fishing boat I could have made. And I'm so glad he offered to just send it to me. And, yeah, I'm so glad it fits right into my world. This little motor back here is so cool. I love the way the design is. The only problem is I couldn't get the fences to actually sit in the water, so there's this little guy right next to the fishing nets, which is super cool. And then actually, if I come over here, there's one driving the whole thing, which is so funny, and it fits perfectly right in that little spot. And finally, this one is my favorite boat of all. It's right next to my fishing place, because I literally didn't have anything here. And this thing is massive and it's super cool, super well designed, and it fits right next to my fishery over here. This thing is so neatly designed, like the live well over here in the back is so cool. And then over here he just used like sculk to kind of give the boat wear and tear, which looks awesome. But sadly it's time to say goodbye to this area and start packing up a lot of our materials into shulker boxes and set sail for our new home. Overall, I'm so happy and proud of what this area has become in the past few months of me building here, but I'm really excited to push forward and move to a different place and be able to express my full creativity and have no limits on what I'm able to build. This area has really shown me what I can truly push out in my build quality, but I feel like there's been a lot of obstacles that I've had to get through and a lot of problems with this area that I've had to work around to be able to express what I really wanted to. And in the next episodes of the future, I won't have any limits on what I'm able to build, and I can seriously fully express my full creativity. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This episode was a bit smaller because I have a lot of massive plans for the next few episodes. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next one.